So now let's begin with the biology section, beginning with the first question, that is question number 11. In human alimentary canal, the specific enzyme juice secreted in the given location. Let's see and write the enzyme involved at these various locations. First is the mouth. So obviously it will have the salivary amylase enzyme. Then the second one shown over here is liver, which has gallbladder, and we all know that gallbladder secretes bile juice. And the third one shown over here is the pancreas, which secretes various digestive enzymes, and trypsin is one of the important part of it. Hence, the correct answer out of all the options will be B. 1 amylase, 2 bile, and third trypsin. Let's move to the next question. The sequence of anaerobic respiration in our muscles during heavy exercise. The heavy exercise is an important word over here. So we all know that during heavy exercise, there is always lack of oxygen. And whenever there is lack of oxygen, lactic acid will be produced. So in all the given options here, the lactic acid is in option A and D. But in D, there is also ethanol. But we know that ethanol won't be produced in this case, since ethanol is produced during the complete anaerobic respiration. Hence, the correct answer will be A. That is glucose to pyruvate, and then it produces lactic acid and energy in muscle cells. Let's move on to the next question. The separation of right side and left side of human heart is useful too. Let's see the different statement. A. Keep oxygenated blood from mixing with deoxygenated blood. Yes, this is true. Allow a slow supply of oxygen in body? Well, no, we need very fast supply of oxygen. Supply energy to animals with low energy needs? No. Often change the body temperature? No, our body temperature remains fixed. Hence, the correct answer will be A. And we know that the septum, which is present between the two ventricles, actually helps in the separation of oxygenated from deoxygenated blood. Let's move to the next question, which was a tricky one. So let's analyze it properly. In spring, sugar stored in root or stem or tissue plants is transported to the buds for, let's see the different options. A. Energy needs of the buds to grow. Yes, buds do require energy to grow. Temperature regulation. Well, no, it has no connection with temperature regulation. Balancing the storage in different organs. This might be the answer. Diffusion process, no. Now let's analyze option A and C. So balancing the storage in different organs, well, there is nothing like balancing in plants, since roots and stems do store major of the food products, but they are still being transported to buds, because we all know that spring is the season which is the flowering season for many plants, and hence the bud has to bloom and turn into flower, for which it will need energy, and we know that sugars are the one which provide energy. Hence, the correct answer for this question will be A, the energy needs of the buds to grow. Let's move on to the next question. The energy released during cellular respiration is used to synthesize. Very easy question. It happens in mitochondria, so this is not the answer. The molecule which is synthesized is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Hence, the correct answer for 15th question is C. Next question. Upward movement of water in tall trees is due to, well, for this question, excretion and photosynthesis can't be the correct answer. Among translocation transpiration, it has to be transpiration, since the transpirational pull pulls the water up in a tall trees. Hence, answer for question C is D. Next question is an assertion and reasoning based question. Assertion says the rate of breathing in aquatic organisms is much slower than that seen in terrestrial organisms. And the reason, so let's analyze the statement first. The rate of breathing in aquatic animals is slower. This is which makes this statement incorrect, since we know aquatic animals breathe faster, since the amount of dissolved oxygen in water is low, so they need to breathe in very fast to compensate the need of oxygen. And the reasons given over here, that amount of oxygen dissolved in water is very low as compared to oxygen in air, is very true, but the assertion statement is false. Hence, the correct answer for this will be D. That is, assertion is false, but reason is true. Let's move on to the next question. The function not performed by villi is, let's see the different function. To increase the surface area of absorption, yes. To ensure rich supply of blood vessels, yes, because we all know that villi are the finger-like projection present in the small intestine, and they do have extensive network of blood vessels. These blood vessels will increase the amount of blood flowing, so that more and more amount of nutrients are being absorbed. So yes, absorption of food is also true. Egestion of food is not true, since egestion is a process carried out by the rectum and anus. Hence, the correct answer for 37th question is D. Next question. In the given diagram, A, B, C, D are respectively Let's name one by one. So A, we all know these bean-shaped organs are kidney, but then which in the option they have also mentioned left or right. This is the thing which makes this question a little tricky. Now in biology, always a diagram is made from reference of one person. So we need to know that the other person has turned and then the diagram has been made. So in this case, our right will be the left of the diagram. So in this case, A over here is seen to be on the left side, and hence that is the right kidney. It's the same concept applicable for the heart when we label the right and left ventricular auricle. So A is actually the right kidney, then C is over here is the vena cava which carries the deoxygenated blood, and B is the aorta which carries the oxygenated blood, and D we all know is the urinary bladder. Hence among all the options, the correct answer will for the 38th question will be D. And I'm sure most of you must have got confused with B because the rest all is same. There is only a difference of left and right. But as I mentioned here, this one is the right one. Let's move on to the next question. The thin-walled blood vessels are called. Well, we had discussed this question in a 60 important question which I had taken yesterday. We are going to come up with that for maths as well. So do check out, since many of the important questions have been asked in the exam. And thin-walled blood vessels are the capillaries. So the correct answer for 39th question is B. The function of the lining of mucus in nasal passage for human beings is to increase the temperature of inhaled air. Well, no. I mean, that is done by some other parts, not the mucus. They are asking about mucus over here. Move the air in and out. No. Filter the air that we breathe in. Yes. Since mucus traps the unwanted substances, which is mucus is like a sticky substance, so it will trap in. Absorb oxygen from air. No. Hence, the correct answer for question 40 will be C. Let's move on to the next question. In the following chart, showing autotrophic nutrition in green plants, A and B respectively are. So we know that CO2 and H2O in presence of sunlight chlorophyll produce carbohydrates which will be utilized as energy source by the plant and which will be stored in plants in the form of starch. Hence, the correct option from all of this is C, that is energy and starch. Next question is a case study based question. They have given the case study over here, an experiment which shows the importance of various factors involved in photosynthesis, and over here specifically this is the experiment related to the KOH and carbon dioxide. Let's read the first question based on this case study. The function of KOH taken in the test tube is to absorb. Well, we all know that KOH is used for absorbing the CO2 which has been released. Hence, the correct answer for question 53 is B. Next question based on same case study, we may conclude that the essential factor for photosynthesis is, since the entire experiment is based upon to trap the released CO2 in order to see the function of, the obvious answer for this question is A, carbon dioxide. Next question, the event that does not occur in photosynthesis is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Well, that does happen. Reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate, it also happens. Oxidation of carbon to carbon dioxide doesn't happen because carbon dioxide has been used by plants, and conversion of light energy to chemical energy does happen. Hence, the correct answer for question 55 is C. And here is the last question in the biology section. Iodine solution gives blue-black color with. It's a very easy question. Iodine always gives blue-black color with starch. Hence, the correct answer for 56 question is A. Following this, we'll be discussing the question and answer key for physics. Thank you.
Bring learning alive, practically.